Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Fly and Life taking place here on Terranistan. Here we have Life spawning as the blue Night Elf player over here on the top left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom right we have Fly spawning as the red Orc. Orc versus Night Elf here on Terranistan. Not much to really talk about, as we will be looking at most likely a Blade Master going up against a Demon Hunter with some early shenanigans to try and get to level 2 quickly. Now, there are multiple ways to try and approach the Orc versus Night Elf matchup. Normally, Night Elf players are a little bit weaker on the back end until they get to tier 2. Oftentimes, all they'll really have is 4 additional Moonwells, 1 Ancient of War, and perhaps maybe an Ancient of Wonders. And that's it. Depending on the amount of archers that comes out in this matchup, you may try and push with a little bit of pressure, but those ancients do indeed fight back. I am expecting the Blade Master to get to level 2, have a quick tech to tier 2, even though the Voodoo Lounge was placed down. I believe it's 160 lumber in order to get the Great Hall to tier 2. It's been quite some time since I've studied all of the builds and actually got to go ahead and review all of those notes, as the Blade Master now heads off to the north, will be in fact wind walking. And where is he going? The Blade Master, instead of clearing out the 3-1 or 1-1-1 creep camp for the 5-3-3, is actually heading off to the top right and perhaps going to be going after this assassin. Now, the assassin does get taken down fairly fast here, 450 hit points. That is it. The Blade Master should be able to strike it down, take it out very fast, very easily. May even try and escape after picking up the item. Does pick up Claws of Attack +6, so it was in fact the right choice there, as the Blade Master is going to perhaps be using Windwalk here in just a moment. Now, we do see a Grunt. The Grunt does end up getting a little bit of damage, and the Blade Master doesn't want to break Windwalk as of yet. The Grunt, however, is going to go ahead and absorb a bit of damage. Nothing really to be worried about, as the Demon Hunter is already at level 2. You can see the Ancient of War now making its rounds, making its way over, as well as the Grunt is now looking to back off. Blade Master is going to take this opportunity and be forced to run all the way back home in order to get a little bit more experience. He was perhaps hoping to actually put pressure onto the Demon Hunter and his creeping. Little did he know that his opponent would be attempting to counter pressure as well. Alright, there is the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter taking a little bit of damage there, but not much to really worry about, as Life doing a good job stealing the experience from his opponent's neck of the woods. Being forced to venture out even further to try and do any sort of creeping, that is always going to be a problem, as the Demon Hunter does pick up Dust of Appearance and is now just currently wandering around. Alright, Blade Master walking around back and forth. Windwalk looks like it is about to fade, as the Demon Hunter, with a Circlet of Nobility, Gloves of Haste, looking to see where exactly his opponent is and what he has creeped. He notices that the Renegade Wizard has not been creeped out. He's trying to gauge whether or not the Brigands are there, and the Brigands are in fact there. He's going to try and go after them, and this is going to be a problem. You can see that the Blade Master is going to be able to join in on this fight here, perhaps even take down the Renegade Wizard himself. And there's the issue. Alright, there's the attack. You see the Blade Master. He has to spot the Blade Master. There's the Mana Burn. Not going to work. Blade Master gets to level 2. Staff of Teleportation by Life. And a grave miscalculation by Life, not realizing that that unit was there. Perhaps the Mana Burn was expecting to do a little bit more damage, or he should have delayed on that Mana Burn, keeping track of the unit's life. Perhaps he thought he had a 100-point Mana Burn on that level 2 Demon Hunter. Regardless of the situation, the Demon Hunter now a little bit behind, not using his time wisely, as he now does only have a single archer and that Ancient of War. We are, however, teching to tier 2. It is completed. We could be looking at most likely a Tavern Hero, Beastmaster, and often very strong, but he's not going to be able to stop the Spirit Lodge or the Bestiary. Most Orc players know how to handle that sort of harassment now, and they place down their Orc burrows in just a way where those summons are not going to be able to be all that effective. Once the Bestiary is able to get some Spirit Lodges out, get Disenchant with Spirit Link, then those summons are going to fall off in favor. However, we are taking the Tree of Eternity with dual Ancients of Wind now for the follow-up Druids of the Talon. No one's going to be doing very heavy creeping any longer. Only level 3 on the Demon Hunter, and there is the Beastmaster, as we mentioned. Blade Master at the other end of the woods, going after a Kobold Taskmaster, hoping to finish things off. Gonna finish down the Golem here as the Tauren Chieftain is added. Tauren Chieftain very, very strong. This low hit point Grunt down to 82 hit points. Gonna have a bit of problem there. Is he gonna be able to escape away? Down to 28. Beastmaster may be able to come across here, and that's going to be bad news as this guy needs to run away. No, does not do it. And now Fly having a little bit of trouble as well. Beastmaster trying to go after those units. There is a Blade Master going after the Archer as a Forest Troll Berserker, the main high priority target. Looks like it could get taken down. All right, one more shot. Oh, Speed Scroll used just in time. Beastmaster unable to catch up. Mana Burn onto the Blade Master as we see the Demon Hunter now trying to go after the Beastmaster. A big 159 critical strike. Level 2? Was that level 3 critical strike? I do believe so, as the Mana Burn was a day late and $1 short, only burning 1 mana, and because of that, the Blade Master was able to wind walk, finish off the Beastmaster, and run away to fight another day. 2 mistimed Mana Burns, the issue now, and using a Dust of Appearance after you just Mana Burned your opponent down to 0 mana. I think that was more of a reactionary tale, or perhaps he just wanted to clear up the item slot in order to pick up that Ring of Protection. Regardless, the Tauren Chieftain now off over here, going to pick up some additional mercenaries, perhaps go after the Mud Golems now. The problem is going to be the fact that these units are in fact medium armor, meaning that they don't take very, very much damage from those Forest Troll Berserkers, the majority of the damage dealing here. Meanwhile, we can see Staff of Teleportation able to teleport back. Demon Hunter is a little bit worse for wear again as the Druids of the Talon start to reach critical mass. Now, this is the tipping point portion of the game. Whoever can really pull ahead here will have the major advantage going into the next couple of fights, which will determine the outcome. You want to make sure you have proper positioning. You know if your opponent has expanded, so you know if you're falling behind in the economic race, as the Goblin Tinker is that third hero. Goblin Tinker, Demon Hunter, and the Beastmaster all ready to go. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2 with a Potion of Greater Mana. He may be able to get off some key shockwaves, but the question is whether or not the Demon Hunter will shut down that Tauren Chieftain himself. All right, there's a bit of that damage now. You can see the engagement already coming across. Renegade Wizard taking more damage again. Lightning Shield coming across multiple units, and that is going to be a lot of damage dealt. These units really do need to split apart, and that is the problem right there as the Tauren Chieftain gets to level 3. Blade Master off to the north, trying to finish off some units, decides not to pick up the Tome of Experience. Demon Hunter, Beastmaster, and Goblin Tinker, 3, 2, 1, all ready to go as an Ensnare goes down to try and delay the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter does have an Orb of Venom, which will prove to be problematic if the fights do go long. As long as that Demon Hunter is constantly switching targets, that Demon Hunter will cause that damage over time to really start to take a big toll. The Hawk is revealed, so the Blade Master knows that he is spotted. Scroll of Healing will just be purchased, and then the Blade Master will simply walk away to live and fight another day. Robe of Magi, however, on the Tauren Chieftain, level 2. Shockwave is going to be a very, very big deal as there goes the Ensnare. Does not want to get the Tauren Chieftain too close, needs to get a strong wall. Perhaps if you can ensnare down the Demon Hunter, walk around with the Tauren Chieftain, that would perhaps work a little bit better. As you now see, oh, here comes the engagement. There's the ensnare right now. Where's the Mana Burn? Tauren Chieftain gets Mana Burn. There's a Shockwave across multiple units there, as the Tauren Chieftain now needs to back off. All right, Demon Hunter may get another Mana Burn off, and that's exactly what happens there. Potion of Greater Mana. There's the Shockwave going down. I think he actually dropped and picked up, even though he didn't need to, and with the use of the Potion of Greater Mana, we saw the Scroll of Town Portal quickly used up as well, as he did not want to absorb too much damage onto that Tauren Chieftain. With that said now, that Tauren Chieftain will be lucky to get 2 Shockwaves in the next fight. Should be able to get 1 off, but at this stage, it is very difficult for the Tauren Chieftain with no real way to get additional mana to really eat away at these Druids of the Talon. Are we going to perhaps get some Scrolls of Healing as well onto the heroes? Beastmaster, no, that's the Blade Master here looking to finish things off. Is it going to be Slippers of Agility? I can't quite tell. Yes, it is. Slippers of Agility +3 for an additional +11 attack, and that is, in fact, without Kodo Beast and without the speed bonus from that Endurance Aura. All right. 55 over 60 supply. What are we training here? Raiders are still being added. Spirit Walker is still being added. Taking a look at the opponent's base, the Moonwells. Only 4 Moonwells out, so obviously sitting at 50 supply or less, but should be right there as the Demon Hunter and that front line now finishes things off. Druids of the Talon making their way back down. Druids of the Talon have plenty of mana ready to go. Cyclones will be in play as we're looking at 57 over 60 supply, and well, another Orc Burrow does need to be thrown down here. Blade Master taking a little bit of damage once more. Force Troll Berserker gonna go ahead and line up. Are we going to be sitting at 60 supply? Yes, we are. Sitting at 60 supply, we are supply blocked, unable to train up any additional units. Meanwhile, the Night Elf army is gaining an additional 3 gold a second, but has the smaller army. This is one of those situations. If the Night Elf goes ahead and just holds his own, he should be able to come out ahead. Here comes the battle. There's an Ensnare, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, Shockwave going down across multiple units. Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to get taken down? You can see that he's already, well, no, that's just an illusion. Demon Hunter, that is, well, no, that one is the real one, and it is also low on hit points as well. This could potentially be a problem as the Demon Hunter gets stabbed of preservation back home. Tauren Chieftain does have, well, Scrolls of Healing and has a Potion of Greater Healing as well, as the fight is going to get underway. Scroll of Healing needs to be used quickly. There it goes. Now it needs to be transferred to the Blade Master, as the Blade Master is currently on hold there. You can see that the Goblin Tinker was in fact taken down. Demon Hunter now back in this fight. Tauren Chieftain, does it have enough mana? No, down to 14 mana. Not going to be able to do very much. Perhaps the, well, Scrolls of Healing. There is still another one on that Blade Master, so we could get another Scroll of Healing here. There's the, I believe that was a Potion of Healing, and now we may see a Scroll of Healing as the Demon Hunter is trying to get away, and it looks like it will teleport back just in time. All right, the heals will come very, very slowly. Healing Salve. 7 charges across all of these units in order to try and regenerate them, as opposed to a Scroll of Regeneration. Scroll of Regeneration probably better in this particular situation, since it does hit all of the units, albeit for a little bit less hit points and slower healing. But at the same time, well, that's pretty much what you want at this stage. You want to be able to heal multiple units, get them back into the yellow, if not the green. Expansion already in play by Fly. Life currently looking to entangle that gold mine. We are looking at, what is that, 62 supply? No, 70 supply. All right, 70 supply. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 70 supply coming in for the Night Elf, as the Tree of Life will soon be entangling this gold mine and start to get a bit of gold back. 67 compared to, I believe, 65, was it? No, 52. Somehow Life has the much smaller army, but was able to trade fairly efficiently in that last battle.
Ready to ride.
Raiders now looking to join in on the fight here. Where are these units going to be going next? Back off to the north, Blade Master, Raiders, 0-0 upgrades, no War Mill that I can see, and no Kodo Beast either. 1 or 2 Kodo Beasts perhaps would be a fairly decent call. They could stand in the back line, they have good piercing damage, and they bolster the entire rest of the army. Getting Cyclone, I believe their aura is still happening and in place, and that Blade Master wants higher base damage any way it can get it. All right, there's an Ensnare as we now go after the Moonwells. Moonwells are really going to get destroyed here. Are we going to perhaps see a Scroll of Town portal used? There goes an Ensnare, Mana Burn onto a Spirit Walker. Spirit Walker now trying to get away, and it looks like it will be able to do exactly that. No, trying to stick around a little bit longer. Blade Master, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, still fighting Demon Hunter. Same thing as well, as the units are now in a big exchange. There's a Shockwave going across multiple units. Tauren Chieftain still has a good amount of mana. Is not getting mana burn, and this could be a problem. If the Demon Hunter does not mana burn this Tauren Chieftain, that Tauren Chieftain can get another big Shockwave off across all those units, and he does. A large amount of damage all of a sudden absorbed by all of those Druids of the Talon. And where are the potions of, or the scrolls of healing to try and counteract this? Beastmaster down to 138, could be in trouble. There is another ensnare as double Pocket Factories out. I thought it was limited to one, as the Blade Master is still looking to fight. All right, Beastmaster sitting at 166, still in the fight for now, as the Clockwork Goblins are coming back out still. All right, this is still continuing into a big fight once again. Tauren Chieftain trying to finish off the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets stabbed to preservation. Beastmaster still alive at 193. That Belt of Giant Strength, pretty much the difference between death and life, as the Tauren Chieftain now down to 58 hit points and climbing. Units are in a bit of a run. What is going to go down there? There's an ensnare onto the Fairy Dragon, and both sides now just in full retreat again. All right, supply 61 over 70. Blade Master needs to heal back up, and this is where the Orc generally has a hard time. Really needs to get those scrolls of healing in order to heal up all of those units, but he really needs also a healing salve on that Tauren Chieftain to recover about 800 some odd hit points. Meanwhile, back across here, the Fairy Dragons, Druids of the Talon, all piercing and magic damage, don't do a lot of damage to fortified armor, but it is just enough now. Meanwhile, back across over here, are we going to see an engagement? Raiders are now trying to engage. Cyclone could be coming across here onto the Blade Master. In comes the fight. There is the repairs. Beastmaster here ready to go, as some fight needs to happen. Scroll of Healing on the Tauren Chieftain. Is it going to happen in time? This Great Hall, if it falls, is going to really spell problems. You need to at least deal some damage here in order to make him pay for this particular attack. Cyclone onto a Spirit Walker. Interestingly enough, Shockwave going across multiple units. Tauren Chieftain still low on mana. Not going to be able to do very much. Mana Flare coming down from those Fairy Dragons again, as Druid of the Talon #1 has been taken down. All right, still fighting its way through. You can see Druids of the Talon and Raiders are both falling. There goes one Raider. Another Raider could get taken down, as the Beastmaster now quickly tries to get away. There's the Scroll of Town Portal and teleporting after losing Druid of the Talon, but not before taking down some of those Raiders as well. Back to the north, you see Tree of Life still mining away. Let's take a look at the supply count. 65 compared to 48.
Our town is
As
under
the
attack.
follow-up attack is just going to continue. The army size may just be too big right now, as the Druids of the Talon, although low on mana, each of them should have a Cyclone ready for them, at least, or 3/4 of a Cyclone amongst them all, each of them, which makes it for about, what, 6 Cyclones right now? Blade Master going to be here, ready to go. There's the engagement. Ensnare. Demon Hunter is trying to engage right now. Tauren Chieftain gets a big Shockwave off, but doesn't really take down anything. Everything is low on hit points. Scroll of Healing found and used in time to do a bit of saving, as the Goblin Tinker now comes back for a bit of a chase. One Druid of the Talon did end up falling. Tauren Chieftain out of mana. You can see back across here, Great Hall is in serious trouble, about to get taken down. Tauren Chieftain trying to rush on in, being all headstrong, but knows that his giant axe is not enough to finish the job. Still, more Druids of the Talon bringing up the rear. Clockwork Goblins looking to explode themselves up on that Great Hall. And with that gone, that is pretty much going to be GG. Fly going to be in serious trouble unless he can make things really tip in his favor, as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain now. All right, Raider's going to go ahead and try and engage. Tauren Chieftain back across here. Peons getting easily picked apart, as it may end up giving the Beastmaster, well, no, it will not give the Beastmaster level 4. It will just be a little shy, maybe what, 20 experience shy, based upon the number, no, what, 20 experience shy, 23.
Ready to ride.
All right, back off to the north. Scouting Moonwell sees the rest of the Orc army. Fly gonna go ahead and try and exchange exchange for perhaps the Tree of Life in his opponent's base, but it may be too little, too late. Scroll of Town Portal already coming in. Defense is possible, and they are going to go ahead and land. There you have it. Shockwave going across multiple units. Scroll of Healing. Blade Master may end up actually finishing off a lot of these Druids of the Talon. Many of them are very low on hit points as the Raiders are trying to ensnare. Fairy Dragons are all in position. There goes another Shockwave. Didn't hit all of the low hit point Druids of the Talon, but enough to do a lot of damage. Demon Hunter now sitting at level 5. Druids of the Talon are all running around. Mana Flare is still going to be a problem as the Orc army is down to 35 supply, and I believe that is going to be the rest of it. The Tauren Chieftain unable to finish any of these Druids of the Talon. One big Shockwave could have been the difference, but instead, well, there is a good Shockwave there, but is it going to be enough? 35 compared to 60. The Tauren Chieftain now trying to engage. Blade Master still alive for now. Can it get to level 5 before it falls? No, it will not. Gets taken down, and that will most likely end up being the game. As you can see, Fly is down to 24 supply, being chased by a full army of life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.